Welcome to our sailboat Tigerlily. This is Colby, I'm Mariah, and these are our two cats, Namiria and Took. We're headed to California to prep for our adventures in Mexico. We hope you follow along and enjoy.
Good morning. It is our first day of actual cruising, I guess you could say. We spent the night in Kingston, Washington last night. I think it's called Apple Tree Cove. It was a little bit rolly, but Kingston for me always has been a little bit of a rolly anchorage. Just woke up this morning, made myself a cup of tea, entertaining the cats, and in a few minutes here I'll start the engine and get everything set. And we'll weigh anchor and head on to Port Townsend.
I really hope this is gonna pick up on video, but there's a ton of orcas out in front of us. Oh, of course. Where did they? Oh, there they are. Oh my God, that's so cool. Super early start this morning, but we've already seen cool things. We saw orcas first thing this morning.
Well, let's back up for a second. First of all, I think it's good luck. She doesn't think it's good luck. I hurt my toe this morning.
Yeah, well, okay, of course.
I dropped a winch handle on it.
Of course, the first night that we anchor, Colby's got to injure himself in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So we've done that. That's checked off the list.
That's checked.
Then we left.
The wind list worked well and everything, and we got out of there. And on our way out, I didn't get my phone on time, but apparently my uncle saw us leaving because he was out there fishing this morning.
It's kind of cool.
And then as we were leaving, there was a little excitement. We saw orcas.
Yeah, we saw a whole pod of orcas, which is really freaking cool because I've never seen orcas, and I've never seen an orca in person ever, let alone in the wild. There was one. It was cute. I hope we got it on video. You did? It was so cool. That was really cool. I hope it's good luck that we're gonna see a whale shark in the Sea of Cortez.
All right, well, it is currently, oh shit, what time is it? 2? Yeah, 1:40. It's 1:40 p.m. on Thursday, and I didn't get to film too much of us leaving Kingston this morning at 6 o'clock this morning, because as I was trying to put the dinghy down and get everything set to go, first of all, the battery ran out, and second of all, I dropped a winch handle on my toe and it started bleeding. So Mariah thankfully patched me up on that one. Yeah, good thing I have a surgical tech on board. But we made some fast time getting up here. The boat maximum speed was 10.5 knots because we had the current with us. And we got here to Port Townsend around 10:30. I think I got a little sunburn. Around 10:30, and anchored up here out in front of the marina kind of, and had some last minute stuff to get. I had to get a pair of bolt cutters. It's just a safety item. It's if we ever get dismasted, meaning a shroud breaks or whatever happens, the chain plate breaks loose or whatever, you don't want the mast still dragging you through the water or dragging you down, so you can cut it away with bolt cutters. So that's why I got that, and a bunch of miscellaneous items that we forgot to get before we left, and went to West Marine and got a few other things. So I have a few projects to do. I tried to relax, but I could not. Tried to take a nap. I almost did with when Took laid on me and I couldn't go anywhere, but he left, so I could legally move. And reading a book doesn't look good because there's just too much stuff to get done. But anyway, just simple stuff. We stored some wine bottles up there, and I made the little bungee cord to hold them in there nice and tight. And now I'm going to go through and fix this netting that I have up here to keep all the books and stuff in place, just so that we don't have things flying around, because night and I got all the projects done that I wanted to for the night. I kind of cleaned up the whole kitchen, made little things to keep all the little cleaning supplies in order, a way to keep this dish down. Just kind of cleaned up everything, and it looks a lot better here. But as you can see, not only is this anchorage probably more rolly than Kingston, but it's also very windy. And we're both having issues with some nausea, seasickness, maybe. So we got these funky glasses that may help. I don't know if you can see the level in the peripherals is supposed to make it so it counters the action of the boat, but whatever. They're fun to wear in my opinion. But anyway, we're pretty much done for the night. I'm gonna read for a little while, and yeah, that's it. Well, good Friday morning. We're still here in Port Townsend. It's around 8:20, making a cup of tea for the morning. Well, last night was super interesting. As in anywhere, the evenings got windy and the anchorage got real rolly, which wasn't that bad. I mean, it was windy, but it was rolly. It was uncomfortable, but still doable. But around 9 o'clock, which was like around this time of year, was like dusk or just a little bit past dusk, but still a little bit of light, our anchor lost holding and we started drifting. Thankfully, out to open water, not to shore. And I had an anchor alarm set on my phone, on my was it TZ iBoat, I think it's called, the app, and it started going off. And sometimes it will go off just because you go outside the circle, maybe you let out too much anchor rode. But nope, we were drifting, and it was kind of a little bit nerve-wracking. So we quickly started the engine, and Mariah got behind the wheel and maneuvered the boat so I could pull up the anchor chain. So we pulled up the anchor, got on board, went back into shore, and just reset. All you can do is just reset. So we reset the anchor. And let out, I don't know, probably a good 150 feet of anchor rode. Mind you, in like 20-30 feet of water. So that should be enough. After that, neither of us could sleep. I think Mariah didn't really sleep that much last night. I stayed up till probably 2 o'clock in the morning, checking the anchor watch, checking our position, making sure we're not drifting. And because it was so windy and because it was so rolly, it's hard to tell, because a lot of times you look over your speed over ground to tell if you're drifting. Well, the boat's always moving back and forth and everything, so there's always a speed of ground. Speed of ground doesn't really tell you anything because it can say 0.5 knots, but you're really not going where, you're just going side to side. So I was up late, worried that would happen again. One of those things where every noise would wake you up. And around 2 o'clock, or 2 a.m., I finally called it quits, and I went to bed and slept real closely with my handheld radio and my phone with the anchor watch alarm.
I have never been happier to pull out of a frickin' anchorage than I am to pull out of Port Townsend. I know Colby told you, but oh my god. First of all, I'm a little seasick already, which is just fun. It was so rolly here, like all day and all night, that my stomach did not enjoy that. So makes me a little scared for the open ocean, but I think he's pulling up the anchor now, so I should probably go outside. We just dropped ink in the San Juan Islands. And we're in Watmouth. I don't know how to say where we're anchored. Watmough. Watmouth? We're anchored in a bay in the San Juan Islands. It's very pretty. Oh, and the GoPro's dead.
This is what we have to live with. This is our dumbass cat. Yeah, you're dumb. No, I know you won't be shown on camera because how stupid you are. All right, so let me show you what I've been looking at. Here, I'll show you on time 0 first. So let's restart. So when we left, I did a recheck of the weather, and it looked like the 24th was better. So if we're doing 24th departure, we'll launch routing, and you'll see, give it a second, see right there, there's a big front right in front of San Francisco, and it says can't find a way there. I mean, we could probably go through it, but I don't feel like doing that. But if I go to, like, say the 27th launch routing, you'll see it there. It's actually a nice route all the way down, and it even doesn't go as far offshore as it did before, and it keeps us kind of on a nice path. So I'm thinking maybe the 27th might be even better.
Even better than, yeah.
Yeah, and we're in Watma Bay right now, and trying to think of logistically what we're doing. We need to have a full day in Port Angeles to fill up.
We need to.
Our cat's being super dumb today.
He just drug a whole roll of tape off of the couch.
Yeah, he had the end in his mouth and was like, I'm just gonna walk away with this. Think about our way out of here. We need to have a full day in Port Angeles to fill up on water, fuel, any last minute groceries, if we need to stop by any marine supply store, anything. Just anything we need, that's our last stop.
Yeah.
And then we also are going to spend a day going to Nia Bay and then spending a night in Nia Bay.
Yeah.
And once we're there, then we can then that's when we go offshore from there.
We are on the beach at Watma. I truly do not know how to say the anchorage that we're at. It's so pretty here. Like, this is such a pretty anchorage. The camera does not do it justice.
Well, I got this ladder to get rid of our old one that was all kind of creaky and rickety, and it just kind of was awkward to get in and out of the water, and it was time for a new one. So I got a nice stainless steel one. Paid way too much for it at West Marine, but that's per usual. But I have one problem, and I'll show you what that is, but I gotta get past my wife here.
No way.
I put this in, except you see how crooked it is? I don't want it like that. I want it a little more flat, because it causes a couple of issues. One of them being, it brings these really close into here, and I want to put little locking things in there, and the dinghy gets really far away, and so anyway, I just don't like it. So in order to fix this problem, I think my best option is to take this off, this cap, and cut it off of maybe an inch or two, and then get it a little more flat. So I'm going to try and measure that, and that's what I'm going to do. I measured it out, and I think what's best going to happen is if I shorten these basically to as short as they can go. So if I can get them to they're just about like right there, I think that will be about perfect. here's a ladder. So I've got all these cut down, and they are nice and short, and they look good against the boat. And I even put a little bit of epoxy on the ends of these to keep these caps on so they don't fall off and then we don't end up scratching the hull. So yeah, maybe soon we'll get a video of us using it. But anyway, that is the ladder.
We are going to go meet up with our sister boat, which we're both really excited about. We've been talking to SV Ghostlight on Instagram for a little while, and they're anchored here in, I still don't know how to say the anchor.
Watma Bay.
Watma Bay.
Yep.
And yeah, we're going to have dinner with them.
And we say sister vessel, it is a 1978 Choi Lee Offshore 41. Same exact model as ours. The only difference is we have the yawl version and they have the catch version. I mean, technically this is a catch too, but that's beyond the point. But yeah, so it's gonna be exciting to see how their boat's laid out. I don't think we're gonna video over there because it'd be kind of rude. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And we made a delicious coffee cake. I don't want to take the foil off. And we're giving them a can of our hot sauce.
So.
And yeah, we're gonna head over there in a few minutes. It'll be fun. Probably up way too late and drink too many drinks.
Absolutely.
We are currently crossing the Strait of Juan de Fuca on the way to Port Angeles. We just left Watma Bay with our friends on Ghostlight, who have the exact same boat as ours. They're on Instagram if you want to go check them out. But it was kind of funny going on each other's boats. Same, but different. It's like being in Twilight Zone. But it was a lot of fun. We had dinner and hung out. Also with Pythia, who is going to Mexico this summer also. And they're actually on the AAS. They're just a couple miles behind us right now. Or not even a couple miles, maybe a quarter mile behind us. And yeah, so we're going to Port Angeles today. And I'm trying to find an anchorage. I've never anchored in Port Angeles before, so I hope there's a spot. We'll figure it out, I'm sure.
We are getting ready to go up to shore. I don't think we said that we anchored in Port Angeles. So we are in Port Angeles and we are getting ready to go on the dinghy and make our first, I guess, real dinghy provision run. We just got back. Well, we're on the dinghy currently, obviously. We got our groceries. And we did not film absolutely any of it because we suck at filming in public, it seems.
Well, and we already look like homeless people.
Yeah, we already look weird. So like pulling out a camera is just gonna add something else to that.
Yeah.
People were staring at us with our little cart. It's all right. It's all part of the sailor life, right? People are gonna stare because we do look weird. But you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we're going back to the boat to unload all of this shiza.
Well, it is Monday night. Tomorrow we're leaving to go to Nia Bay to wait there for our weather window to head south. But here we are in Port Angeles, and it is just a beautiful night. I had to share it.